The clitoris is one of the most under talked about parts of the human body in medicine. In fact, when I was in school, I do not even think that we talked about the clitoris. It's possible it was mentioned in passing one day in class, but it was definitely not a noteworthy topic that we discussed. Hi, I'm Dr. Diane Mueller. We're talking about unveiling the clitoris today and talking about how, as a woman, you can know more about this part of your body, and as a man, you can also help a woman achieve a higher amount of pleasure. So the clitoris looks like a wishbone. If you actually look at the anatomy of the clitoris, it's actually quite similar in many ways to the penis. And yet the clitoris is oftentimes completely avoided when it comes to heterosexual sex because a lot of men and women do not understand how important this is. In fact, only 18 to 30% of women are able to have an orgasm from penetrative sex alone. And this particular part of the body is only on the female for pleasure. Now, it's been a long time. It's been a legacy of medical neglect, you could say. If you look at the number of articles on the penis, there are probably 50,000 articles on the penis versus more like 2,000 on the clitoris. There's a huge gap, like I said, in how we are educated on this. And we didn't even understand exactly how large the clitoris was really until closer to the 1970s, and even still, most people do not know. Now, most of the structure is hidden. Only about 10% is visible. It's just that tiny little nub, which is called the glans, that you really see, and a little bit of the body. The clitoris goes down into these legs. The legs go and they're anchored at the pubic bone, and you can access the legs and part of the bulbs of the clitoris internally. So you can stimulate externally and even internally. In fact, the clitoris largely encompasses the entire vaginal canal, and many vaginal orgasms are actually technically clitoral orgasms. So if we're looking at the penis and the clitoris, there's so much that is similar to them. They both have this glans, which on the men is more the tip. And this is the huge sensory area, right? That is similar to the clitoris. The men have foreskin if they're not circumcised, just like women have a clitoral hood, kind of protects it from being sensitive. And then both men and women have this corpus cavernosum and corpus spongiosum, which is this erectile tissue that fills with blood. So women have that same need for their tissue to engorge, which is why women need to have this area stimulated for pleasure. The difference is female tissue takes a lot longer to engorge than male tissue. So because of that, we have the need for foreplay in a bigger way oftentimes than men, although men report wanting more foreplay in surveys as well. Now, we also know that the clitoris, from cadaver studies, we know that there's 8,000 nerve endings, and they are spread. What's interesting about this is that they're spread throughout the entire clitoral body, but for some women, the nerves might be more sensitive on one part of the clitoris versus another part of the clitoris. So this is why it's important to learn yourself and learn your partner's pleasure body. So a man would never want to make love with a flaccid penis, right? That would never, ever happen for a man. But for women, we don't want to make love that way either. It feels so perfect when the entire clitoral tissue is engorged, just like the man's penis. The clitoris actually enlarges, it swells, it makes it more sensitive, it feels a lot better. So just like we would never make love with a flaccid penis, it's a lot better if we do not make love with a flaccid clitoral tissue. Now, the vaginal orgasm. So, this is an important thing because a lot of people think the vaginal orgasm is a better orgasm, so to speak, is a more profound orgasm. But really, the vagina doesn't even have that many nerve endings. It's usually more in like the outer third where the nerve endings are. And stimulation of the vagina is largely through stimulating the clitoral legs through that vaginal wall. So as the penetration occurs, then the clitoris is actually then stimulated that way.
Okay.
So the G
This
spot that's
sagittal
talked
view
about and
illustrates
G
the
spot
female pelvic
orgasms
anatomy.
are really a combination of stimulating the urethral sponge, the clitoral body, and the Skene's glands. And that's actually what's leading to that feeling of pleasure, right? The G spot is largely a clitoral orgasm plus these other spots. So we will continue on in this discussion in our next video. Please make sure you like and subscribe. And if you want to learn more about how to please yourself, please your woman, have better sex and better communication, and just a whole lot of better relational intimacy in your long-term monogamous relationships, my Libido Club is for you. We have about 8 months worth of content taking you through techniques, taking you through conversation, taking you how to be a better lover, how to want more sex, how to fix those physical root causes. You have a ton of downloadable guides, and we upload new material in it every single month. Multiple times a month, you get to hear from a wide variety of guests that are exclusive to the program. So the content continues to grow and grow and grow every month. So you can find out how to join that at the information below the show, or just go to our website at mylibidodoc.com and go to the Libido Club tab. All right, everybody, we'll see you all real soon.